sling we made the other day on the rock. It's not the roundest. We're aiming for something about golf ball size. It's quite important that this sling sits evenly. A little bit more practice, but I think we can get there. And happy Shed Sunday on today, St. Patrick's Day, the day that everyone's a little bit Irish. I actually am a little bit Irish. Some of you might have seen in the week we were having a wee play with a sling, a sort of traditional shepherd sling for hurling rocks. Never had much of a play with these before, so I thought I'd give it a go. I got a ton of cordage from Springfields. They do these brilliant deals where you just buy a bundle of weight of paracords. This was a ropes cordage mixture, so got some flat tape, some quite coarse cord. I think it'll be really good for bow drill. Just seems really tons of friction, quite abrasive resistant. But there was a couple of sections of paracord. Actually, I think there are bits of the sheath so that the core's been ripped out, and I knocked together this shepherd sling. The beauty of this bit is I didn't have to cut anything other than the length, and it's all done in a single piece, so I could take this apart and salvage the cordage. So just quick show you how we did that. So just got another bit here. It's a little bit bigger. I'm hoping this will show up better in the video. But lengthwise, I want to go for sort of 3 spans. Got a little bit spare there. So what's that? That's probably my full span's 1.5 meters. So that's 75 metre and a half, just over 225, just over 2 meters. The first measurement we want to go for is from our fingertips. I'm going to pull, and just where that shoulder muscle drops down, we've got that wee soft bit there, that indent, that is going to be the start of the sling. What I'm going to do now is, depending on what I'm going to chuck, depends on how wide the basket is going to be. And what the basket ends up being is just a series of, let's see if we can do this, zigzags of the cord. And I'm going to effectively make 3 loops. So let's see, we'll try, hopefully you should be able to pick this up on the camera. So we'll get our measure right again, so from the tips to that edge of your shoulder there. And I'm going to make mine about, so that's 4 fingers width. Now I could grab a pen and measure that out each time, but I'm just going to eyeball it and get to, so there. Now I'm going to start my bends. So 1, 2, and one more. All right, get out of it. So hopefully you can see that, but I've got a series of 1, 2, 3 loops. So 1 that way, 2, 3. And we want these loops to be even sized. If this isn't showing up, what I think I'm going to do is a reel afterwards, so where I can get a little bit closer. You can see my hands working. Alright, so we've now got our 3 loops. Now the tricky bit here is keeping everything flat and level. I can do that. Even that out. And just popping my palm on there. So I'm going to start on this side. We've got 1, 2, 3 loops sticking out. Because we're going to make the basket now, we want to, whatever I do on this side, I want to do on the other side, so that all the cords are in line. So what I'm going to do is going to do the bottom end over the middle, and the top end over the middle. And now to tie them all together, I'm going to take my string, I'm going to pass it under the loops, effectively making a sheep bend here. So I've gone under the loops, and there you go. Now I want to pass the rope underneath this loop. Let's get this right. So that's going to go over like that. So underneath that loop, and now through the 3 loops. 1, 2, 3, threaded through. Now I pull down on that. Oh, I missed it. Made that look easy, Chris. So I'll bring that over. So I've trapped all 3 in there by passing the cord all the way around, back under itself and back through. So sheep bend. Well, it's in one piece of string. So is it a bowline? And now I need to repeat the same with these 3 strands. I'm going to go around, under and through. That cinches them all up. There we go. And now we have our basket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strands. Now that will let me sit whatever it is I'm going to fling inside that basket. I'm going to spend a little time tidying that up, making sure all those loops are even. There we go. We'll spend a bit more time on that. On the short end of the loop, you're going to put a little thumb knot, and this is going to be our release knot. So when you fling the swing, let go of that, rock goes flying out. What I need to do now is even that over. Alright, we've got a visitor. Hiya, Cal. You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say hi, people are listening.
Hi.
So that wants to be even. And then this end, we're going to make our... When you're about done, come on in. Now get past. Don't kick the camera.
Sorry.
Right, go on. So that's our release knot. We also want to have our thumb loop, which is going to be ever so slightly longer than our release knot there. And again, we're going with that kind of 4 fingers measurement. I'll go 4 fingers, tie that off in an overhand loop. Right, and now we have our release knot, our basket, and our thumb loop. This is excess. We can get rid of that. The way thumb loop's going to work. Sorry, Cal's got a cough. Thumb loop goes on. Then in our pinky and our thumb, that's not pinky, our forefinger and thumb, we hold there, and that should give us, you see that, the basket sitting evenly. Now we can make fine adjustments. If I move this knot further up, that is going to bring the basket around that way. If I make the thumb loop bigger, I can pull the basket in that way. So we can do the final adjustments just by tightening and moving those knots. There you go. Little shepherd's sling made out of a single piece. Hopefully you could see the knot process there. But like I say, I'll try and do a reel just with my hands, get a little bit closer, so that it all makes a bit more sense. But yeah, definitely something I need to go and have a practice with. But yeah, have a go. Let us know how you get on. It'd be really good if you could just pop a share, put a tag, just let me know what's going on. So, hi folks, yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and yeah, happy slinging. Okay, once you measured out your cordage, so that's 3 times the distance from your fingertips to your sternum. Then you're going to measure from one end, from your fingertips all the way to the edge of your shoulder. Just after that sort of shoulder muscle where you just get a little soft spot, a little pocket. That's going to take me to here. Then I'm going to measure out a hand span and I'm going to create some loops. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and do 2 more. Oh, trying to hold it all together while we do it. There we go. Now to secure these, we're going to use a sheet bend. So what we need to do is get 3 loops neatly together. 1, 2, 3. And take my cordage. And here I want to go under the bottom, around, under here, and through the top. That holds them all nice and snug. Now I'll do the same with these 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. That sits a little bit nicer. Want these strands to try and sit as flat as possible so that we can create a nice even basket. Actually, if I... No. There we go. Right up, around, and through there. Cinch that all down, nice and snug. And there we've created our pouch for the sling. A little bit of fine tuning if you want to get all of them sitting even. There we go. Ready to rock. So one end, I put a little thumb knot, and then in the other end, it's going to be 4 fingers longer than that. A little bend there. Oh. So now this becomes our thumb loop. That becomes our quick release loop. And they are even spaced. Voila!